During the Klondike Gold Rush, which took place in the 1890s, which is the time frame and setting of the Call of the Wild and White Fang, many dogs went with their owners and they formed dog sled teams to go to find gold. Many of these dogs, however, were unable to make it back, as you can see in this next clip. As you can see from the reenactment of multiple scenes from The Call of the Wild and White Fang, dogs were badly abused and mistreated during their time during the Klondike Rush. The men which traversed the Yukon during the Klondike Gold Rush to attain gold did so with the use of dog sleds, as you can see in the following. Yeah, yeah.
You know what?
The temperature of the Yukon was also very cold during the winter. On an average day, the high would be 13 degrees Celsius. But at nighttime, during those days, it would get to negative 22 degrees Celsius on average, which is very cold. The humans have layers and clothing, whereas the dogs are unable to have any clothing, so it can be very cold for them at night, and a lot of the dogs were unable to withstand the cold.
It's freezing cold here in the Yukon. I don't know how any of these dog sled teams or dogs could survive. It's horrible.
That's right, Jim. But that's not the only thing that's horrible. The way the mushers are treating their dogs is absolutely atrocious. These dogs are getting beaten and not fed correctly. For example, here's a reenactment of the scene in White Fang, when White Fang is trying to catch up to his mother as she's getting taken away from him, only to be beaten.
Get back here, boy! Get back here, boy!
Here is a scene from The Call of the Wild, when the mushers run out of food and are unable to feed the dogs. And it is very hard for the dogs to continue, and many of them are unable and eventually die. Sorry, there's no more food for you, boy.
Oh no, oh no!
Here's another event that happens in both novels, The Call of the Wild and White Fang. It is when a dog is beaten senseless because of something simple that the dog has done.
Bad dog, bad dog, bad dog, bad dog, bad dog, bad dog, bad dog.
This is a reenactment of one of the scenes in which the sled dog is unable to adequately still be able to push the sled. It eventually is worked so hard that the dog simply tumbles over and falls to the ground and dies, which is absolutely horrible for any dog, or human for that matter, to go through. The events of the two books, The Call of the Wild and White Fang, help to illustrate everything that's going on in the mistreatment of dogs during the Klondike Gold Rush in the Yukon during the 1890s. Hi, if you or a loved one has committed an act of animal cruelty or animal abuse, please call 770-328-0803. For these crimes are very unethical and very irresponsible for anyone who has committed them.